we put the period on the the women's contest, and we get set for the men's contest here tonight. Let's take a quick look at the matchup between these two teams. The Dordt Defenders enter with a 5-1 mark, while the Mount Marty Lancers are 1-2. Mount Marty has a win over Union with losses to Bethany, Kansas, and Valley City State. They are outscoring teams 89-76. They had a lopsided win over Union. Field goal percentage advantage Mount Marty 47-45. Rebounds per game advantage Mount Marty 39-32. Three-pointers made advantage Mount Marty 13.5 to 4.7. Three-pointers 42 three-point percentage advantage Mount Marty 42-23. Turnovers per game advantage Mount Marty. They average they force 16 turnovers and give it up 15 times. Tash Lunday leads the team with a 23.7 points per game average and 7.7 rebounds per contest. For the Defenders, they're 5-1 this season. They're coming off a loss to Viterbo 81-80. This is the start of a GPAC 20-game season for the Defenders. They've scored at least 81 points in the 6 games this season and more than 88 three times. The Defenders have outscored teams 92-72. They have a 38-37 rebounding edge. They make 50% of their field goals and allow 41% success. They make 37% of their three-pointers, and opponents are making 30%. Dordt has forced 16 turnovers a game, and they give it up 12 times per contest. Lucas Lorenzen is averaging 19.2 points per game, 4 rebounds. He has 15 made three-pointers. Bryce Kopic, 18.8 points per game, 4.7 rebounds. Luke Rankin at 10.2 points per game average with 6.5 assists. Jake Hargens 11 points per game with 6.3 rebounds. Connor Milliken is at 8.8 points per game. Ben Fairclough 7.7. Jackson Lusher is at 6.5. Dordt leads the series since 2001, 37-10. Last year on February 8th, the Defenders won 100-68. Jacob Viss had 21 points in that one. Bryce Kopic 19, Lucas Lorenz at 18. For Mount Marty, Cole Bowen had 22 points, and Tash Lunday had 21. Here's your starting lineup for the Dordt Defenders. They will start Luke Rankin, wears number 0. He is a 5'10 junior from Grimes, Iowa, averaging 10.2 points per game. Bryce Kopic wears number 2. He's averaging 18.8 points per game. He's a 5'11 senior from Hayward. Number 3 is Lucas Lorenz, and a 6'4 sophomore from Milford, averaging 19.2 points per game. Jake Hargens is a 6'3 freshman from Greenville, Iowa, averaging 11 points per contest. And Ben Fairclough is a 6'8 junior from Perth, Australia, averaging 7.7 points per game. For the Mount Marty Lancers, they will start 0, Josh Arlt. He is a 6-foot senior from Lennox, South Dakota. Number 5 is Micah Johnson. Johnson is a 6-foot freshman from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Number 12 is Aiden Jensen. Jensen, a 6'9 freshman from Madison, South Dakota, averaging 9.3 points per game. Number 13 is Rugby Reichen, a 6'1 freshman from Yankton, averaging 5.7 points per outing. And number 22 is Cole Bowen. Cole Bowen is a 6'4 sophomore from Colorado Springs, Colorado. So Cole Bowen, Micah Jansen, Josh Arlt, Rugby Reichen, and Aiden Jensen in the starting lineup for the Mount Marty Lancers. Opening tap controlled by the Lancers. Lancers in their powder blue jerseys. Mount Marty has the basketball as they control the opening tap. Pass it underneath, and we've got a travel violation called on the Lancers and Aiden Jensen. So Jensen turns it over on the first possession. So Dordt gets it back. So the Defenders with the basketball. Left-hand side goes to Hargens. Hargens feeds it down low. Fairclough with it, short corner. Lorenzen, free throw line jumper, good. Lucas Lorenzen with a 2-point bucket, and the Dordt Defenders are on the board first, 2-0. 2-0 our score, Defenders. Now driving in, right-handed layup. Getting around was Micah Jansen. Micah Johnson with a 2-point bucket ties it up at 2-2. 2-2 the score. Pass goes over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen gives it up to Rankin. Rankin at the top of the key. Rankin comes back right side of Lorenzen. Lorenzen with it on the wing. Lorenzen to Fairclough. Fairclough to Kopic. Kopic with it. Back up. 17-footer straight on. Good. Bryce Kopic makes it 4-2 Defenders. So Dordt with the lead. Mount Marty has the basketball. Backdoor cut. Johnson. Johnson layup good. Micah Johnson with a 2-point bucket. Micah Johnson, he's averaging 8 points per contest. He's got a couple of buckets here early on, and now a travel called on Ben Fairclough in the front court. Turnover back to the Mount Marty Lancers, and the Lancers tied up at 4-4. Mount Marty with the basketball, tied 4-4. And the Dordt Defenders on defense now. Lancers with it. This is Cole Bowen. Bowen with it. Bowen back over to Johnson. Johnson comes back right side. Josh Arlt. Arlt goes high post. Goes back outside. Arlt. Arlt right wing. And we've got a sideline violation called against Lancers and Cole Bowen. So Dordt gets it back on the turnover. So both teams struggling with turnovers early on. With it on the right-hand side, this is Luke Rankin. Rankin dumps it down low. This is Hargens. Hargens in the paint, and Jake Hargens backing his way in. His 2-point bucket is good. Dordt leads 6-4. 6-4 our score. Driving in is point guard for the Lancers. That was Bowen. Comes back to Johnson. Ball's tipped out, and it's loose, picked up by Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Baseball pass ahead to Lorenzen. Lorenzen puts it up and tried to dunk it. No call made. Here come the Lancers as they came back on the defense. Arlt back out front. Arlt gives it up. Goes back over to Rugby Ryken. Ryken with it. Rugby Ryken against Rankin. Picks it up. Passes back outside. This is Johnson. Johnson dumps it off. Nothing there. Trying to get it in is Aiden Jensen. Jensen shot no good. Rebound taken away by Fairclough. Gets it head to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Luke driving in. Puts it up. Shot no good, but a foul on the play. Foul's going to go on Rugby Ryken. That's foul number 1 on him. So 2 free throws on the way for the Defenders and Luke Rankin. Rankin trying to extend the 2-point Dordt lead. First one is up and good for Rankin. Rankin, a 73% free throw shooter. He's got another one coming. 7-4 Defenders. And another free throw. This one's off the heel, no good. Rebound taken down by Hargens. Hargens with it. Hargens gives back to Kopic. Kopic down to the baseline. Bryce with the basketball, back over to Hargens. Hargens to Rankin. Rankin with it on the right-hand side. Comes back outside Fairclough. Squares up his 3, no good. Rebound taken down by Lorenzen. Lorenzen put back good. Lucas Lorenzen with 4, and the Dordt lead is 9-4. So the Defenders with the early lead in this one. 16:30 left to play in regulation in the first half. Ryken with the basketball, goes back right side. Bowen. Bowen picks up the dribble. He passes off to Arlt. Arlt with the basketball, loose basketball. Goes back to Ryken. Ryken into the corner and picked up in the backcourt by Bowen. Bowen unable to hang on to it. Lorenzen comes away with a loose basketball. Rankin dumps it down low for Hargens. Hargens with it. Hargens in the paint. His short shot no good. Tap in no good. Loose basketball. Fairclough had it for a moment, and it's controlled again by the Lancers. Lancers with it, left-hand side. Shot on the way by Johnson. Micah Johnson with all 6 points for the Lancers so far. It's 9-6. Kopic, Lorenzen. Lorenzen gives it up, comes back to Hargens. Hargens tries to split the defense, gives it up. Kopic. Kopic in the paint. Kopic, 10-footer, can't get it to go, and the rebound is controlled by Ryken. Reichen with the basketball. Reichen driving in, spins into the lane, kick out pass Johnson. Johnson guarded there by Kopic. Throws it into the corner, down to the baseline. Shot Bowen. Bowen pull up, good. Cole Bowen with a 2-point bucket. Back-to-back baskets by the Lancers, and now an offensive foul called on Jake Hargens. Hargens whistled for the personal foul. He whistled for the charge. And the Lancers will get the basketball back, trailing 9-8 with 15-11 left to play in the first half. So Lunday will come into the ball game for the Lancers. The Lancers, quite honestly, I was surprised to see Lunday wasn't in the starting lineup. He had started all 3 games up to this point, leading score 23.7 points per game. And also getting a start today was Josh Arlt, and Arlt hadn't played up to this point. Well, Marty throws it away in the front court. It'll be Dordt basketball. So Dordt gets it back. Milliken throws it in. This is Connor Milliken, the freshman from Springfield. First time he is in today. Ty Vanessen and Jackson Lusher also on the floor for the defenders. Bryce Kopic with the basketball out front, 10 to shoot. Kopic stops, looks down low, comes back over to Milliken. Milliken 3 off the side of the iron, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Jared Lopez. Lopez gives it up to Bowen, lost it, picked up by Lusher. Lusher with the basketball ahead to Hogsma. Shane Hogsma, the trailer, Vanessen. Vanessen into the paint, back to Lusher. Jackson backing his way in, flips it up with the right hand, misses, no good on the hook shot. And the rebound is controlled by Mount Marty. Lancer basketball, Reichen. Reichen driving in against Vanessen, comes back into the corner to Bowen. Bowen with the basketball. Bowen guarded there now by Lusher. Lusher picks him up. He throws it right-hand side. 3 on the way. Missed it. No good. Rebound Gomez. And, Lopez. And now a travel violation called on Rugby Reichen. So that's Lopez. Jared Lopez, a junior from Lincoln, checking in at the last break. Ty Vanessen will inbound the basketball. Vanessen gets it into Bryce Kopic. 14 minutes remaining in the first half. Dordt leading 9-8. Kopic trying to get around his man. Lays it up softly with the right hand. Good. Bryce Kopic with 4. Dordt leads 11-8. So the defenders by 3. Dordt 5 of 11 thus far from the floor. Mount Marty 4 for 6. Lunday with the basketball out front, guarded there by Hogsma. Lunday trying to back his way in against Hogsma. Hogsma trying to hold his ground. Fading away from 10 is Lunday. Lunday 2-point bucket, good. It's 11-10, defenders by a point. Right side of Milliken. Milliken to Vanessen. Vanessen left side Kopic. Kopic off the dribble. Pulls up from 17, short, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Mount Marty. Gets it ahead to Johnson. Johnson with the basketball. Shovels it back to Johnson. Johnson no good. Rebound controlled by the defenders in Vanessen over to Hogsma. Hogsma gets it ahead to Milliken. Milliken with a lay-in, good. Connor Milliken with a 2-point basket on the lay-in. Dordt leads 13-10. Defenders so far 5 of 12 from the floor. They've only attempted, 6 for 13 from the floor. They've only attempted 2 3-pointers so far. Dordt basketball off the miss pull-up by Lunday. Here comes Kopic. Kopic driving in, lays it up with the right hand. Missed it, no good. Tap in by Lusher, not good. And here comes Lunday. Lunday with the basketball after the outlet pass. Lunday on the right-hand side. He throws it left wing. This is Jensen. Jensen right-hand side to Reichen. Reichen down to the block. Nothing there. Reichen back out front. Johnson. Johnson no-look pass underneath Lopez. Lopez 2-point basket, good. Jared Lopez with a 2-point bucket. Dordt leads 13-12. Right side, Hogsma. Hogsma picks up the dribble, comes back over to Vanessen. Vanessen back over to Kopic. Kopic to Lusher. Lusher against Lunday. Throws it into the corner. Vanessen. Vanessen 3. Missed it, no good. And the rebound is tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Mount Marty. It'll be Dordt basketball. Lorenzen and Rankin are in. Hogsma and Kopic are out. Fairclough also check in for Vanessen. Hargens is back in. Lusher will check out. And the defenders have the basketball inbounded. Rankin, 15 to shoot. He's got it on the left wing. Gives it up to Hargens. Hargens trying to work into the lane. Back over to Fairclough. Fairclough to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with it. 7 to shoot. Now back to Fairclough. 5 to shoot. Ben into the lane. Leaner, no good. Rebound, Milliken. Milliken in the paint, good. Connor Milliken with 4 points, and the defenders lead 15 to 12. Dordt's led by as many as 5 tonight. That was at 9 to 4. They've led by 3 on several occasions. Johnson, 3, no good. Rebound taken away by Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, doesn't have the numbers. He's going to press it into the front court anyhow. Gets it away to Hargens. Hargens count the hoop, and he is fouled. Jake Hargens with the 2-point basket. He's got 4 and a 3-point play opportunity on the way as he was fouled in the act of shooting. So the defenders leading 17 to 12. Josh Arlt checks back into the ball game. So Cole Bowen, he got the starting nod tonight as well for the Lancers. He's playing for the first time this season as well tonight. Hargens misses on the free throw attempt. Dordt leads by 5. Matches their biggest lead of the ball game. They were up 9 to 4 as we approach the midpoint of the first half. Pass out front, Zandler bends. Bends throws it down to the block. Mount Marty basketball, holding his ground is Hargens. Shot no good. Rebound in the paint and fading away and knocking it down is Jake Jensen. Jensen with the offensive rebound and the stick back, fading away. 17 to 14, Dordt. Lucas Lorenzen into the lane, and his short shot from the baseline knocked away, out of bounds. Last touch by Mount Marty. It'll be Dordt basketball. Dordt inbounding, left side of the lane as we face the hoop. Luke Rankin to throw it in. Rankin triggering. Rankin gets it into Milliken. Milliken to Hargens. Hargens on the right side. Lorenzen. Lorenzen 3, good. Lucas Lorenzen with 7 points. Dordt with their biggest lead of the ball game, 20 to 14. Lorenzen with 7. Lancers have it. Lunde working against Rankin, and the ball poked away, and coming away with it is Hargens. Hargens gets it up to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Left side, Lorenzen. Lorenzen another 3, good. Lucas Lorenzen back-to-back triples, and the defenders lead at 23-14, and there's a timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute. (23 to 14), the defenders leading by 9. So the defenders with a 9-point cushion. And the defenders bring it on defense as they bring it up the floor. Micah Johnson. Johnson goes out front. Zandler bends to Jake Jensen. Jensen gives it up down low. Jensen back to Benz. Benz shot in the paint, no good, but an offensive rebound for the Lancers. Lancers have it back over to Johnson. Johnson throws it to Arlt. Arlt with it. Arlt to Bowen, poked away by Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basketball. Pull up 3, good. Lucas Lorenzen pulls from 3. He's got 13 first half points, and the defenders extend the lead 26 to 14. A 9-0 run by the defenders on 3 straight. by Lucas Lorenzen. 3 on the way from the left wing, no good. Rebound taken away by Milliken. Milliken ahead to Fairclough. Fairclough, one man to beat, lays it up with the right hand, good. Ben Fairclough on the breakaway. Dodges a defensive player, and the defenders on an 11-0 run. Lancer basketball, Arlt. Arlt with it. Arlt on the right-hand side. Arlt gives it up. This is Jensen. Jake Jensen picks it up to Benz. Benz puts it on the deck against Fairclough. And Benz puts it up off the glass, good. Zandler Benz from the right block gets the shot to go. It's 28-16. Back over to Fairclough it is. Fairclough to Lorenzen. Lorenzen trying to get around his man. Throws it back over to Fairclough. Fairclough over the basketball. Rankin, 3, missed it, no good, and the rebound is controlled by Mount Marty. Steal by Rankin, and we've got a foul called in the backcourt on the defenders, and Luke Rankin. So that's foul number 1 called on Rankin. And team foul number 2 against the defenders. So the defenders with a 28-16 advantage. Lancers have the basketball, though, trailing. Dordt, moments ago, an 11-0 run, sparked by 3 straight threes by Lucas Lorenzen. Luke Rankin tips one away, out of bounds. Last touch by Dordt. It'll be Mount Marty basketball. And Dordt on defense. Mount Marty inbounding. They get it into Ryken. Ryken with the basketball. Ryken against Rankin. Throws it into the right corner. 3 up and down for Josh Arlt. Arlt makes it 28-19. 5 unanswered now by the Lancers on back-to-back buckets. A 2 and a 3. Back out front it comes to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Picks it up. Passes over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with it. Backing his way in. Lucas Lorenzen into the paint. And his shot no good, but he's fouled on the play by Cole Bowen. Bowen whistled for the personal foul. So Bowen whistled for the personal. Cole Bowen he is not on the season stats either for the Lancers. So the Lancers had some players missing in their early going. Bowen's first free throw, Lorenzen's first free throw is good. He's got 18 so far. Check that, 14. My math a little bit off. 29-19 our score. Another free throw on the way. Dordt with a 10-point advantage. Lucas Lorenzen trying to make it an 11-point game. And Lucas's free throw is up and good. I'm not sure Luke has hit the rim yet on a make so far tonight. 30-19, Lorenzen, 5 of 6 from the deck. 2 for 2 on free throws, 3 for 3 on three-pointers. Backdoor cut for the Lancers, and Bowen throws it away, intended for Benz on the cut. And we have Tash Lunday checking into the ball game. So Tash Lunday checks into the ball game. Cole Bowen will check out. Bowen upset with himself after that last pass, and Colin Othier, the head coach for the Lancers, giving him some encouragement on the bench, checking him out for a moment. Rankin with it on the right-hand side. Rankin at the free throw line. Pulls up from 17, rattles it, no good. Rebound controlled by the Lancers. 7:30 left to play in the half. Dordt by 11. They've led by as many as 14 today. 28-14 was when they did that. Lancers right-hand side to Lunday. Lunday gives it up. Back outside Ryken. Ryken kick out pass. Lunday. Lunday against Lusher, and Lunday kick out pass. Benz shot no good. And up strong with it on the putback is Jake Jensen. Jensen with 4. Dordt leads 30-21. Lorenzen another 3, good. Lucas Lorenzen with the 3. He's got 4 threes in the first half, 18 points for the ball game. Dordt leads 33-21. So Lorenzen with 4 threes already in this one. Throw it down low. This is Lunday trying to go to work against Lorenzen. Fires it back outside Arlt. Arlt 3, missed, no good. Rebound cleared by Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basketball. Rankin, Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Lost the dribble. There to pick it up is Lusher. Jackson into the paint, working his way in. Baby hook, good. Jackson Lusher with a 2-point bucket. Dordt extending the lead back to 14, 35-21, matching their biggest lead of the ball game. Rugby Ryken with the basketball. Ryken at the free throw line, stops, and it's tipped, taken away by Vanessa. Here comes Rankin. Rankin on the jailbreak. Nothing there. Comes back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen right side Kopic. Kopic driving in. Kopic off balance shot, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Mount Marty. Mount Marty coming back the other way. Lunday, and Lunday is blocked on the play by Van Essen. Ty Van Essen whistled for the personal foul. Van Essen trying to set up to take the charge. So Jackson Lusher on that last basket for the defenders, his first bucket of the day. Dordt with 7 players in the scoring column. I was just thinking we haven't seen Connor Milliken for a while. He checks in. Mount Marty inbounding. They get it into Lunday. Lunday with it. Tosh Lunday working against Lusher. Jackson Lusher trying not to give any ground. Lunday puts it up with the right hand, good. Tosh Lunday with 4, and the defenders lead 35-23. Van Essen, backdoor cut, Kopic. Kopic layup, good. Give the assist to Ty Van Essen on the pass to the cutter underneath from the wing. Lancers basketball. Jake Jensen. Jensen to Lunday. Lunday, left-hand side. 3 is up, no good. Rebound cleared by Kopic. Kopic for the basketball. Bryce over the top pass. Lusher. Lusher in the paint. Puts it up off the glass, good. Jackson Lusher with another 2, and the defenders lead at 39-23. So Jackson Lusher has just been whistled for a technical foul, and I will be honest, I did not see what transpired. We'll pull up the live stream and see. And Lusher evidently thought he got fouled on that play. Voiced his displeasure, gets whistled for the technical, so that's also a personal foul on Jackson. A junior from Paulina. Dordt leading 39-25. So I was looking down to tally up the 2 points for Jackson Lusher. I'll be honest, I still do a lot of my own stat keeping in terms of points and running score. Just makes me a little bit more involved in it. Rugby Ryken with a pass, left side, and so in the process, missed that exchange with Jackson Lusher and the official. Dump it down low, Aiden Jensen. Jensen with a 2-point bucket. Dordt back the other way, and Connor Milliken with a putback with the layup, right hand, left side. 41-27. Defenders leading by 14. With it on the right-hand side was Arlt. Arlt to Ryken, and it's taken away by Hargens. Hargens with the basketball. Hargens, right-hand side, Kopic. Kopic with it on the wing. Kopic back over to Hargens. Hargens to Milliken. Milliken with it. Milliken back over to Kopic. Kopic from behind the arc, drives in. Gave the ball fake, takes it into the paint, knocks down the shot. Dordt by 16, 43-27, 3:55 remaining. First half of action. Arlt with it out front. He's guarded there by Van Beek. Pass right side, 3 from the corner is good for the Lancers. Right corner 3, Jake Jensen, he's got 7. The defender lead is 43-30. Back over to Milliken. Milliken in the paint, splits the defense. His shot no good. Loose basketball, Kopic. Van Essen, right wing triple, good. Ty Van Essen with the 3, and the defenders lead at 46-30, matching their biggest lead of the game. They've led by 16 on a couple different occasions now. 3:20 left to play in the first half. Lunday with the basketball. Tosh Lunday from Flandreau, South Dakota. The defenders with it, and it's stolen away by Van Essen. Tried to lead it, and he was flat on his back. Threw it into the backcourt. Mount Marty comes away with it. Fresh 30 for Mount Marty to work with. Pass goes to Jansen. Jansen throws it down low. 15 seconds on the shot clock. This is Arlt. Arlt fading away, no good. Rebound controlled by Kopic. Long pass ahead, Hargens. Hargens comes to a stop in the paint. His shot no good, and he's fouled on the play by Lunde. So Tosh Lunde whistled for the personal, his first. And Jake Hargens will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. I have Hargens down as attempting a free throw already today. I want to double check that against the official scorekeeper. That's correct. Missed on the back end of a 3-point play opportunity. He's got 5 points. 47-30, pending another free throw. 2:37 remaining. First half of action, Dordt extending the lead to 17. Second free throw on the way for Hargens, the freshman from Greenville. And that one's up and good as well. 6 points for Jake. 48-30. I asked Jake, I said, where is Greenville? He said Spencer. So that gives you a little context if you're familiar with Northwest Iowa geography. Lunde with the basketball. Lunde, shot no good, but a foul on the rebound against the defenders. And they're going to say that Lancers were going up with the putback attempt. Lorenzen called for the personal. That's his first. Lopez will go to the free throw line. He'll shoot 2. So Jared Lopez to the free throw line. Free throw is up and good. Lopez with 3. Defenders had an 18-point lead. They lead by 17 now, pending a free throw. 48-31 our score. Second free throw on the way is up and good. So Lopez makes them both. He's got 4, and the defender lead is 48-32. We approach the 2-minute warning of the first half. Hargens underneath to Milliken. Milliken bucket good. Connor Milliken with 8 first half points. Dordt leads 50-32. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. With the pass on the right hand side, Jensen. They dump it down low. Lancers have it. This is Casey. Casey 3, no good. Rebound Lorenzen. Lorenzen over to Rankin. Rankin fires it ahead to Kopic. To Milliken. Milliken shot no good. Fight for the basketball, and it's taken away by the Lancers. Coming up with it is Jake Jensen. Jensen with the basketball. Dordt leading 50-32. Johnson down low to Lopez. Lopez with the left hand, good. Lopez, a new face for the Lancers, averaging 8 points per game. He's got 6 tonight. Dordt leads 50-34. Fairclough into the lane. His shot no good. Rebound deflected and picked up by the Lancers. Mount Marty now with a chance to cut into the lead. Johnson with the basketball out front. Johnson gives it up to Jensen. Jensen back to Lopez. Lopez off the glass, good. Jared Lopez with a 2-point basket, and the defenders forced to use a timeout. Timeout on the floor, charge to Dordt. Dordt leading by 18, 50-32 moments ago. Back-to-back buckets, though, by the Lancers make it 50-36. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds. (50-36), defenders by 14. With the basketball, they give it up. Here's Kopic. Kopic driving in, and Kopic is fouled on the play. Bryce Kopic with 10 first half points. And he will go to the free throw line to try and complete the old-fashioned 3-point play. Dordt leading 52-36. 52-36. Bryce Kopic with an opportunity at the three-point play, trying to extend it back to a 17-point lead, and a rare miss from the charity stripe for the 84% free throw shooter. Dordt leads 52-36, and a blocking foul on the other end called on Luke Rankin. And for Luke, that's foul number 2. Team foul number 6 on the defenders in this half. Connor Milliken will check into the ball game. I'm guessing Luke Rankin will check out with 2 personals. Don't want him to pick up a cheapie here at the end of the first half. 52-36. Lopez gets the ball inbounded. Jake Jensen down low to Lopez. Lopez against Fairclaw. Hook shot in the lane with a left hand, good. Jared Lopez with 10 first half points. Dordt leads 52-38. So Mount Marty withstanding the run by the defenders, and now Dordt will likely hold for the final shot if they can. Bryce Kopic dribbling it out up front. Lopez on the defense. Kopic has it back near midcourt. 11 seconds left. Now 10. Still dribbling at the center jump circle. Now on the move with the right hand. Stops. Looks down low. Cross-court pass taken away, and the Lancers lose it. Lorenzen at the horn. It's after the horn. They'll wave it off. Just a whisper late by Lucas Lorenzen. And the Dordt defender lead is 52-38. 52-38, we're at halftime. We'll take a 1-minute break on the Dordt Media Network, 3-minute break on KIHK, and we'll be back with all of that right after this. You're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK and watching the Dordt Media Network.
This Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast is brought to you by Joyner & Zwart Dentistry in Orange City, offering dentures, implants, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere. And brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and the results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online at 712realty.com, leading you home.
We understand how complex the financial landscape can be to navigate. Our goal is to free up your hands so that you can focus on what is most important in life.
This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing. This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Suin, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
And brought to you by Huber's Plumbing and Heating. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system. Huber's Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning in Orange City will exceed your expectations.
At halftime. And tell you what, let's jump into the highlights as I recap the first half of action. The defenders never trailed in this one. Thus far, we had a couple of ties at 2 and at 4. The defenders got rolling with Bryce Kopic. He had 5 field goals in the first half, 10 points unofficially. Mount Marty early on kept pace, but they were never able to take the lead. Cole Bowen had a field goal. Connor Milliken came off of the bench for 8 points in the first half on 4 field goals. Long pass into the front court. Ben Fairclough. Fairclough had a bucket in the first half as well. And the big scorer for the defenders, Lucas Lorenzen. 4 first half threes, a total of 18 points, and the defenders lead it at halftime, 52-38. The defenders from the floor, 21 of 38 for 56%. 5 of 9 from the three-point line, 56%. 5 of 8 from the free throw line for 63%. Mount Marty had a 19-14 rebounding edge. Mount Marty had 15 turnovers. The defenders had 5. Lucas Lorenzen led Dordt with 18 points. 10 points for Bryce Kopic in the first half. Connor Milliken with 8. 6 for Jake Hargens. 2 for Ben Fairclough. 1 for Luke Rankin. 4 for Jackson Lusher and 3 for Ty Vanessen. For the Mount Marty Lancers, 10 points for Lopez. That's Jared Lopez. 7 points for Jake Jensen. 6 for Micah Johnson. He got those early. I think he had the first 6 points for the Lancers tonight. 4 points for Tosh Lunday. 3 for Josh Arlt. 2 for Zandler Ben. 6 for Micah Johnson. And Cole Bowen had 2. 5 rebounds for Lopez. Jake Jensen had 7 rebounds. 3 players with 2 assists each for the Lancers. Bryce Kopic had 3 assists for the defenders. Lucas Lorenzen had 3 steals as I take a look at a few of the other stats. 52-38 defenders. We're at halftime. Let's take a 3-minute break. Let's take another 3-minute break, and we'll be back with a rundown of scores from around the league in 3 minutes. You're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK and watching the Dordt Media Network. Back with more in 3 minutes.
Hello, Dordt University sports fans. Hope you're enjoying the game, whether you're a family or friend of a player or coach, or a fan of the university. Now, these players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. But there's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has: a game plan. And if these players and coaches are willing to put this much effort into a game, how much more important is a game plan for your financial life? Now, the financial world continually becomes more complicated, and we keep ourselves plenty busy. And even if we have precious free time, most of us don't want to spend it wrangling over financial decisions, reading financial journals, or studying the latest tax legislation. But if you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours upon hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules of the game in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, Money Concepts, the planning firm here in Sioux Center, has been helping households to build their financial game plan upon all the things in life more important than finances. Because there's things in life more important than money, and none of them are things. I'm Tom DeYoung, financial planner and president of Money Concepts, the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media, or schedule an intro meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. We'll help you build your finances on all the things in life more important than finances, while being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to your care. And check out our Money Concepts radio podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or on your favorite podcast app, where we dive into the relevant financial planning topics to bring clarity to the often confusing, ever-changing rules of the game in the financial world. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money. And go Defenders!
American State Bank is celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we couldn't have made it this far without your support. For us, banking just scratches the surface. We pride ourselves in our commitment to our communities, building meaningful relationships with our customers, and doing our best to have some fun along the way. We're proud to be a locally owned and operated bank, supporting the communities we serve. Thank you for choosing American State Bank. We can't wait to see what the next 50 years have in store.
To the DeWitt Gym, where the Dordt Defenders lead the Mount Marty Lancers 52-38. Other games going on tonight. GPAC women's play finals. Dordt, a winner over Mount Marty 80-52. So scratch out the Defenders. They're 1-0 now. And the Lancers go to 0-1 in the conference. Concordia an 86-62 winner over Morningside. Concordia 1-0. Morningside 0-1. Briarcliff a 76-52 winner over Midland. Briarcliff 1-0. Midland 0-1. That'll be Dordt's opponent on Saturday, the Midland Warriors. Northwestern 77, College of St. Mary 47. Northwestern 1-0. CSM 0-1. Men's play at not even late in the first half. Concordia leads Morningside with 7 minutes left to go in the first half, 28-26. And Briarcliff leads Midland with about the same amount of time left, 27-21 with 6 minutes left to go in the first half of play. Dordt 52, Mount Marty 38. We're at half. Great Plains Athletic Conference basketball. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. We'll be back with the second half of play right after this 3-minute break.
Thanks to these Dordt Media Network sponsors, Ski Bout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether building or replacing, we have the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Ski Bout and see the difference. Ski Bout Window and Door.
Thanks to M&H True Value. Behind every project is a true value. Start right, start here. M&H True Value.
At Premier Communications, we're all about connection. Connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has gotten even faster with internet speeds up to 1 gig. Experience the next level of connection with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call toll-free 800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Beaver Eye Care, serving Sioux Center and the surrounding communities for over 30 years. Come see Dr. Paul Beaver, Dr. Dan Klausing, or Dr. Reese Beaver for all your comprehensive eye care needs. This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
In the middle of America, you'll find a city that has it all, giving all it has, where the next chapter of our story is being written by a new generation, bold in their vision, to create a city in the middle of everything, where everyone is welcome, to watch their dreams take flight and come to life through family, friends, and faith. where our streets are safe, business is strong, and our future is bright. Sioux Center. Live life in the middle of everything.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
Joyner and Svort Dentistry, providing the latest in dental technology in a warm, comfortable, and relaxing environment. And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
Be a 4 o'clock start time for the women and a 5:45 start time or so for the men as they host the Midland Warriors. It'll be a busy day Saturday. We've got hockey at 2 o'clock as well as they face Marion. That'll be the back end of a Friday-Saturday twin killing, if you will. And, oh, by the way, the Dordt football team hosting the first ever football playoff game in program history. Hope that's the first time they're hosting a football game in NAI playoff. In the NAI football playoffs, they have played on the road once before. That was the year that was the COVID season where we split it up and thought it'd be a good idea to play everything in the spring as well, and still have some scars from that spring. But that was spring of 21 when the Defenders made it into the playoffs and lost to Grandview. But they'll be hosting Ottawa on Saturday. That'll be a noon kickoff in Sioux Center. And hope you can join us either in person or online for that contest. 52-38 Dordt. They have the basketball to start. Fairclaw goes left side Kopic. Kopic underneath Hargens. Hargens with the left hand, good. They were playing Hargens hard for the turn with the right hand over the left shoulder. He finally spun back the other way, able to finish with the left hand. Aiden Jensen with the pass underneath. Jensen against Fairclaw, looking, gets it away. Johnson shot, no good. Rebound taken out by Rankin. Rankin with the basketball across half court. Rankin in between the circles. Luke has it. Luke looking, left-hand side, directing traffic. Luke, the traffic cop. He passes left side over to Bryce Kopic. Kopic with it on the wing. Underneath it goes Hargens, 10 to shoot. Jacob, reverse layup. Oh, my. Jake Hargens explodes along the baseline, gets the short shot to go. Dordt leads by 18, 56-38. The freshman from Sioux Central does have some explosiveness. Johnson with it on the right elbow, goes over to Bowen. Bowen with the basketball. Bowen, left-hand side, picks up the dribble. He passes it back over to Jensen. Aiden Jensen, pass taken away by Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Bryce will drive in, and Bryce's shot is no good, and they're going to call a charging foul on Bryce Kopic. So Bryce whistled for the charge. Bryce Kopic is working his way up the all-time scoring list at Dordt. He's at 15-22. That's 7th all-time. That was 15-22 entering the ball game, so he's at 15-32 now. He's trailing Dave Van Essen by 28. Starting to get into some rare air, though. Outside chance at 2,000 points total by the end of this year if everything goes as well as it can. Lucas Lorenzen with the putback. Fake with the pass. The defense open. Dordt leads by 20, 58-38. Lunday with the basketball. Lunday gives it up to Jensen. Jensen left-hand side to Johnson. Johnson with the basketball against Rankin. Lost it. Ball's down on the floor, and it's still loose. Picked up by the Lancers. Bowen. Bowen with the basketball. Dordt scrambles to it on defense. Short shot, no good. Rebound deflected and picked up by Faircloth. Saves it into Kopic. Kopic back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Lorenzen. Luke. Three. Missed it. No good. First miss of the day for Lucas Lorenzen from the three-point arc. He was 4 for 4. Now 4 of 5. Dordt by 20. Lunday with the basketball. Goes to Bowen. Bowen in traffic as Kopic gambled for it, and Bowen able to make Dordt pay. 58-40. Pass left side, Hargens. Hargens with it. Hargens into the paint. His shot off of the glass, no good, but there for the rebound and the putback is Lorenzen. Lorenzen putback attempt, no good. And the rebound controlled by Mount Marty and Lunday. Lunday off balance shot, no good. Rebound Hargens. Hargens over to Rankin. Rankin fires it ahead to Lorenzen. Lorenzen puts it up in traffic and a foul called on the play against Jake Jensen. So Jensen whistled for the personal foul. So Bowen moments ago took advantage as Bryce Kopic tried to come over the top. Connor Milliken checks into the ball game. Dordt leading 58-40. Not a big crowd on hand for tonight's contest. Pass left side, Milliken, three, left it short, no good, and the rebound is controlled by the Lancers. Lancer basketball, pass into the front court, tipped away by Milliken. It'll be Mount Marty basketball. So the defenders by 18 with 16:45 left to go in the game. Throwing the ball in right side of the lane as we face the hoop is Jake Jensen. Jensen to inbound the basketball. Jensen throws over the top, finds Aiden Jensen. Aiden Jensen back to Micah Johnson. Micah Johnson tries for the wraparound pass, and it's taken back by Rankin, and we've got a reach-in foul called on Cole Bowen. Bowen whistled for foul number 2. And inbounding the basketball will be the defenders and Ben Fairclough. Dordt leading by 18. They have not trailed in this one. It was tied at 2 and 4. Rankin throws it into the corner. Hargens. Hargens back over to Rankin. Rankin gives it up. Kopic. Kopic on the right-hand side. Double team. Fires it back outside Fairclough. Now Rankin. Rankin directing traffic. Luke has the basketball on the bounce. Still looking. And he'll put up a 17-footer. Missed it, no good. Seemed like the offense stagnated, and he just settled for a jumper there. Didn't have much movement. Bowen basketball, right side. Bowen steps back beyond the three-point line. Bowen gives it back over to Jake Jensen. Jake Jensen into the corner. Shot for three, good. Aiden Jensen with the three. He's got 5, and the Dordt lead is 15, 58-43. Right side Milliken, bounce pass down low, Hargens. Hargens with the basketball against Lunday. And the shot by Hargens, no good in the paint, but he is fouled, and Jake will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 as he was fouled in the act of shooting by Tosh Lunday. So Jake Hargens to the free throw line. Jake, 6'3", averaging 11 points per game. He's got 10 right now, and now 11. Van Essen checks in. Fairclough checks out. Hargens with another free throw on the way. So Jake Hargens to shoot a free throw. This one's up and good as well. So Hargens 4 for 5 now. 60-43, defenders by 17. Lorenzen is back in. Hargens is out. Hogsma on the floor along with Van Essen. Milliken, Lorenzen, and Kopic. For the Lancers, it's Johnson. He passes over to Jensen, to the other Jensen, and it's taken away by Kopic. Unforced error by the Lancers. Here's Lorenzen. Lorenzen on the fly, and Lucas Lorenzen with another 2. He's got 22. Dordt leads 62-43. And the Lancers turn it over coming into the front court. And the defenders with a 19-point lead. Colin Othier on the Mount Marty bench. He's got 5 timeouts remaining, I believe. He elects to let it ride for the time being. Mount Marty 1-2 entering play today. Hogsma, high post, Vanessen, left elbow, back to Kopic. Kopic drives the lane, kick out pass right side to Milliken. Milliken held on the play by Jake Jensen. So you've got 2 Jensens, Aiden and Jake. You've also got Micah Johnson. Throwing the ball in will be Shane Hogsma for the defenders. And Shane Hogsma will inbound the basketball right side of the lane as we face the hoop. Ball is inbounded to Kopic. Kopic with the basketball, splits the defense, shovels it off to Vanessen. Vanessen layup good. Ty Vanessen with 5 on the give from Kopic. And the Dordt defenders have a 64-43 advantage. So Dordt in control of this one. Jake Jensen with it. Jensen to Caden Casey. His shot no good. Controlled by Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basketball across half court. Lucas driving in, and Lucas has it poked away from behind by the Lancers. It'll be Dordt basketball. 14:25 remaining. Inbounding the basketball will be Shane Hogsma, left side of the lane as we face the hoop. The defenders by 21. Ball deflected out by Tosh Lunday. Well, happening elsewhere in the conference today. Scores in progress. Concordia trailing Morningside at halftime, 45-44. Ball deflected. Here comes Bowen. Bowen driving in. Bowen left-handed layup, good. Cole Bowen with 6. Dordt leads 64-45. Right-hand side of the basketball is Kopic. Kopic over to Hogsma. Hogsma left side to Vanessen. Vanessen to Lorenzen. Lorenzen 3, left it short, no good. And the rebound is tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Shane Hogsma. It'll be Dordt basketball. It'll be Mount Marty basketball, beg your pardon. Lusher is in. Rankin is in. Hogsma and Kopic check out. Briar Cliff leads Midland at halftime of that men's game, 44-41. We're 6 minutes deep in this one. Dordt by 19, 64-45. Lunday with the basketball, gives it up. Jensen. And Jake Jensen with the 3 from the left wing, 64-48 defenders. Lorenzen with the basketball. He goes over to Rankin. Rankin on the left wing. Rankin gives it up to Lusher. Lusher trying to back his way in, fires it back over to Vanessen. Vanessen from the wing, his 3, tipped no good. And the rebound controlled by Mount Marty off the deflection. Here's Jensen. Jensen with the left hand, his shot no good. Rebound Rankin. Rankin ahead to Lorenzen. And Lorenzen throws it down. Lucas Lorenzen with 24 off the give from Rankin. And the defender lead is 66-48. Dordt leading 66-48, 13 minutes remaining in regulation. Bowen with the basketball. Dordt's led by 20. Lopez, right side of Lunday. Lunday back to Bowen. Bowen on the backdoor cut. Cole Bowen with 8. So the defenders with a 66-50 lead. Rankin tries to fire it cross court, and nobody was home. Didn't have the angle. Milliken was working his way towards the top of the key rather than deeper onto the wing towards the baseline. Rankin threw it to where he hoped Milliken would be, and he was not. So Dordt leads 66-50 with 12.5 left to go in the game. Pass comes out front to Lopez. Lopez with the basketball back to Lunday. Lunday with it. Lunday gives it up. Shot on the way, no good, but a rebound Bowen. Bowen gives it back over to Jensen. Jensen 3, missed it, no good. Rebound Lopez. Lopez with a left hand. He bullies his way to the hoop. He's got a dozen. And the Dordt defender lead is 66-52. So 66-52 defenders. 12-12 remaining, so the defenders unable to put the Lancers away up to this point. Lancers keep fighting back. Dordt's led by as many as 20. Rankin with the basketball. He goes left side to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with it. Fairclaw. Fairclaw against Lopez. Out front, Milliken. Milliken back to Rankin. Rankin three, misses everything, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Dordt defenders. It'll be Mount Marty basketball. So the Mount Marty Lancers will try to get a rally going here. Mount Marty with 4 unanswered, back-to-back baskets. 5 unanswered, I should say. Shot in the paint, no good. There for the rebound, Lopez. His shot, no good. Rebound ripped down by Rankin. Rankin steals it away. Comes back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with a left hand. Lucas Lorenzen with 26, and the defender lead is 68-52. Lunde driving in, and a foul on the play called on the defenders. So Lucas Lorenzen whistled for the personal, his second. Lorenzen and Milliken will check out. Kopic and Hargens come back in. Tosh Lunde will throw the ball in, left side of the lane as we face the hoop. Ball tip, picked up by Lunde. Lunde with it. Lunde, right-hand side. This is Noah Allen. Allen back over to Lopez. Lopez with a 2-point bucket. Lopez with 14. Dordt leads 68-54. Fairclaw with it, 11:05 remaining. Left side pass, Lusher. Lusher with it against Bowen. Lusher is stripped on the way up, and Bowen's going to be called for the foul. So Cole Bowen, his third personal. Jackson Lusher will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Lusher with 4 points. A couple of 2-point field goals in the first half. First free throw on the way for the senior from Paulina. It's up and down. Another one on the way. He's got 5 points, averaging 6.5 points per game. 69-54, pending the free throw. Lusher's free throw up and good. He makes it 70-54, and we've got a timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more from the DeWitt Gym in 30 seconds.
Thanks to Prairie Life Chiropractic, combining skill and expertise that spans the entire chiropractic, acupuncture, and physical health spectrum. They want you to move better and live better.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
70-54, Dordt by 16. Dordt uses their second timeout. So the defenders have led by as many as 20 tonight, but they lead by 16 right now. Lunde with the basketball, brings it across the timeline. Tosh Lunde, guarded by Hargens, gives it up, goes over to Jensen. Jensen back to Lunde. Lunde with the basketball, looking down low for Lopez. Goes to Allen. Allen at the point. No Allen. Back over goes Jensen. Jensen, they look down low for Lopez. They give it to Lopez. Lopez going to work with a left hand, good. 6'5" junior from Lincoln. He's got 16, and the defenders lead 70-56. Now Kopic. Kopic fouled in the lane as he brings it into the paint. Gets the shot to go, and Kopic's so strong when he gets into the air. He's able to hang and still get shots up. And he's fouled in the act of shooting. Foul is charged to Cole. Trying to decipher that one. Lunde. Lunde whistled for his third. Bryce Kopic to the free throw line. He's got a dozen pending a free throw here. Bryce Kopic, free throw, righty, is up and rattles it in. 13 points for Kopic, 1 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. Dordt leads by 17, 73-56. Lancers haven't been able to get closer than 14. Defenders haven't been able to stretch it further than 20. Lunde driving in, tries to spin. Hargens holding his ground, and Lunde able to finish. He's got 6, and the Lancers will call a timeout. 73-58. This time out brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Mount Marty will use a full-length timeout near the midpoint of the second half. Dordt leads 73-58. Back with more in 1 minute.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction. Rob Suen, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
Today's broadcast brought to you by German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1981. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner, online at germanfarmers.com. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Northside Body Shop. When you expect the very best in the repair of your vehicle, call Northside Body Shop Limited today, serving the Sioux Center area since 1955. 712-722-2313.
(73-58). The defenders by 15. 10-10 remaining in the ball game. Rankin throws it over to Kopic. Full court pressure defense applied by the Lancers. Dordt gets it across the timeline. Kopic just ahead of the 10-second count. Passes it back over to Rankin. Dordt sets the offense, 15 to shoot. Gives it to Hargens. Hargens bully ball. He returns the favor. Lunde kind of did it to him. He comes back, does it back. 75-58. Finishes with the left hand. 75-58 defenders. Hargens now with 14. Pass goes into the paint. With the basketball is Jake Jensen, and a two-hand shove called on Bryce Kopic. You can have the one arm, but you can't put two hands on the back, and that time Bryce Kopic gets rung up for the personal foul. 75-58. It's a physical game, obviously, but you can do it with one arm or one hand, but you can't put both hands on them, in theory. Jake Jensen with 12 points. Now Mount Marty comes back with a steal on the other end, trying to cut the lead down further. They give it underneath to Jensen, fading away. His shot good. Jake Jensen with a 2. Dordt leads 75-62. The closest the Lancers have been in a while. Dordt underneath, and Bryce Kopic with a 2. Somehow, some way, he ends up with his points. 77-62. He's got 15 now, averaging 18.8 points per game. He and Lorenzen leading the defenders in scoring so far this year in the upper teens. Pass goes down low. Lunde against Lusher, might have traveled with it. Short shot in the lane, good. Well, Lunde last year was a little bit more of a shooter. This year, they post him up a lot, and he does most of his damage around the hoop. Pass goes down low, Lusher. Dordt by Baker's dozen, 77-64. There's nothing fancy right now with what either team is doing. Lusher with a hook shot, missed it off the heel. Rebound taken away by the Lancers. Lunde with the basketball, fires it left side over to Allen. Allen back to Lunde. Lunde with it. Lunde gives it up Bowen. Bowen in between the circles, right side of Lunde. Lunde throws it right side to Jake Jensen. Jensen in the paint, fading away with the left hand, good. Jensen. And the defenders lead 77-67 with 8 minutes remaining. Let's see if the defenders can reestablish order here. Rankin with it, goes high post, Hargens. Hargens working against Jensen. Jensen, and we've got a foul on the play, and Jake Hargens will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul called on Jake Jensen. That's Jensen's third. He's got 16 points tonight, does Jake Jensen. Jake Hargens will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. First free throw on the way for Jake. Left it short, no good. Well, you can help yourself a lot by making some free throws here if you're the defenders. Dordt 10 of 14 from the charity stripe. Jake Hargens 4 for 6. Colin Othier not pleased with that call. Second free throw by Jake is up and good, so Hargens makes 1 of 2. Hargens now with 15, and the defenders lead 78-67. Mount Marty can bring it back to single digits for the first time since it was 28-19. Bowen out front, Allen. Allen with the basketball in between the circles, looking down low. Lunde with it. Lunde down to the block, puts it up, blocked by Lorenz, and rebound Vanessen. Vanessen outlets over to Kopic. Here comes Dordt in transition. Shot no good. Rebound tipped, and we've got Dordt still up by 12, and Vanessen goes after it, and he's going to be called for a blocking foul as he dives for the loose basketball. So Vanessen down on the floor after it, and they say that he commits the foul. So for Ty Vanessen, that is foul number 2. Vanessen dove after the loose basketball, made contact with Lunde, and the official made the call immediately. Dordt leading 78-66, that is. Beg your pardon, I had it at 67, but it's 66. So Dordt still up by 12. They have not led by less than 11 in a while. Kopic with the basketball after the missed shot. Lorenzen right side Hargens. Hargens back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen got it back from Hargens. Goes left side Kopic. Kopic on the hesitation. 15-footer good. Bryce Kopic with another 2. He's got 17. Dordt leads 80-66. Defenders by 14. 17 for Kopic. 6.5 left to go in the game. Pass out front. This is Arlt. Arlt picks it up. Goes into the corner. Arlt to Bowen. Bowen to Lopez. Lopez shot blocked by Hargens. Hargens swats it away. So Jake Hargens knocks it away after Lopez thought he had a layup. Got around Vanessen, and Hargens swats it. Lancers inbounding. Arlt to throw it in. Josh Arlt throwing it in left side of the lane as we face the hoop. Bowen chases it into the backcourt. 6:15 to go. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Bowen off the bounce. 3 seconds. Passes back out front. Lunde. Lunde 3. Rattles no good. And a foul on the play called on Ty Vanessen. Vanessen whistled for the foul on the rebound. And for Ty, that's his third, the sophomore from Sheldon, Iowa. 6:07 remaining. Arlt to throw it in. His team down 14. They get it into Jensen. Jensen misses the left-handed 3. And the rebound controlled by the defenders after the missed shot from the left wing. Comes back right side, top of the key, Vanessen. Vanessen right side of Lorenzen. Lorenzen over the basketball. Lorenzen to Vanessen. Vanessen squares up against Lunde. Vanessen locked up, comes back over to Milliken, and a travel called on Connor Milliken. So Connor Milliken called for the travel. 5:45 left to go in the game. And the Lancers will throw the ball in. This is Jake Jensen. Jensen inbounds to Lunde. Lunde with it. Lunde in between the circles. Lunde picks up the dribble. He passes left side over to Bowen. Bowen with it. Bowen down to the baseline, and a blocking foul called on Luke Rankin. Rankin whistled for the block, his third, and they'll wave off the basket, say the foul came before the shot. So 80-66 defenders, and the defender crowd getting restless. Couple of 50-50 calls going Mount Marty's way. And inbounding the basketball will be Arlt. Arlt to trigger it. Arlt gets it inbounded to Bowen. Bowen to Lunde. Lunde with it. Lunde on the elbow. Back over to Bowen. Bowen puts it on the deck. Drives the lane. Lays it up with the right hand from the left side. Good. Cole Bowen with 10 points, and the defender lead is 80-68. Lusher with it, and we've got a foul called on the Lancers, and now the officials trying to reestablish some order. 1-and-1 opportunity on the way for Luke Rankin. Rankin 1 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals for the junior from Grimes, Iowa. New player checking in will be Micah Johnson. Checking out of the ball game is Jake Jensen, the sophomore from Vermillion, South Dakota. Bryce Kopic checking into the ball game for the defenders. Connor Milliken will check out. 5:16 left to go in the game. So 1-on-1 opportunity coming here. And the first free throw by Rankin is good. He's got another one coming. Second free throw coming for Luke Rankin. Ben Fairclough will check in for the defenders if he makes it, and he does. So Luke Rankin makes both free throws. It's 82-68. Defenders 13 of 17 from the free throw line so far tonight. So we've got a sub checking in for the Lancers as well. This will be Benz. Benz will check in. Checking out is Lopez. I am surprised at that. Lopez has been a very effective player tonight so far for Mount Marty. Pass inbounded to Micah Johnson, that is. Johnson passes it to Bowen. Bowen to Lundy. Lundy to Benz. Benz at the top of the key. Johnson goes down low to Allen. Allen averaging 7 points a ball game, trying to post up Bryce Kopic. Gets into the paint. Nothing there. That's Arlt, beg your pardon. Down low it goes to Lundy. Lundy's shot no good. Rebound ripped down by Fairclough. Fairclough hands it over to Kopic. Dordt will walk it up the floor, leading by 14 and a chance to expand the lead. With the basketball is Rankin. Rankin goes left side to Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Fairclough. Fairclough with it on the wing. Fairclough with the basketball. Fairclough to Kopic. Kopic pocket pass intended for Lorenzen, and looked like Kopic maybe could have gone up with a layup. Instead, tried to find Lorenzen on the right block, and ball ends up trickling out of bounds off of his fingertips. 82-68. Dordt down up 14. 4:29 remaining. With the basketball, this is Arlt. Throw it down low. Coming away with it on the weak side. Help defense is Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, directing traffic. He wanted Fairclough to break to the hoop. Instead goes back over to Lusher. Jackson with the basketball to Kopic. 4:10 and counting, ball game. Dordt will work the shot clock here, leading by 14, 82-68. Dordt led by 14 at halftime, and that's where we're at right now. Both teams scoring 30 points so far. Rankin, rainbow from 12, good. Luke Rankin with 5 points. I beg your pardon. Yeah, 5 points. 4 in the second half. Dordt leads 84-68. Expanding the lead back to 16. Lundy gives it up to Benz. Benz on the left-hand side. This is Johnson. Micah Johnson with it. Left side, Lundy. Lundy 3, too strong, no good. And the rebound is controlled by the defenders and Jackson Lusher. So Tosh Lundy, so far this season, 7 of 20 from the three-point arc, but he has not made one tonight. 0 for 3. And Bryce Kopic fouled near the midcourt stripe. That's going to go against Micah Johnson. So Johnson commits the foul. And Luke Rankin will go to the free throw line, trying to extend the 16-point Dordt lead. Free throw on the way for Rankin, off the heel, no good. Dordt unable to expand the lead past 16. Lancers have it. Johnson. Johnson at the top of the key. He's got it at the free throw line. Nothing there. Picks up his dribble. Lost it and picked up again by the Lancers. Lancers have it. Arlt. Arlt over to Bowen. Bowen with the basketball under 3 minutes to go. Pass deflected. Picked up by Lusher. Lusher with the basketball. Hands it back over to Bryce Kopic. Kopic will walk it up the floor. Bryce takes it across the half-court stripe. Dordt leading 84-68. Comes back over to Luke Rankin. Rankin with it in between the circles. Rankin with the basketball, 84-68. Pass left side. Lorenzen shot from the perimeter, no good on the 15-footer. Rebound taken away by Johnson. Johnson over to Bowen. Bowen up the floor. Cole Bowen has it on the right-hand side. Calls for a ball screen from Benz. Dribbles with the left hand, now back to the right. Stops on the wing. Back over to Lundy. Lundy into the paint. Nothing there. No look pass to Benz. Benz in the paint. His shot off of the glass, good. Zandler Benz with a 2-point bucket. Dordt leads 84-70. So timeout on the floor, charged to the Lancers. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Get ready to power up your projects with equipment rentals from Rental. From heavy-duty machinery to the latest power tools, they've got the gear to make your projects a success. Visit them online at rental.com or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. At NewTek, they don't just sell equipment, they deliver performance, reliability, and innovation. Their team of experts is there to guide you every step of the way, ensuring you find the perfect equipment for your needs. Today's broadcast brought to you by the Grain House in Hull. They have amazing coffee, energy drinks, breakfast, lunch, and more. With a big city feel, located only 10 minutes away in Sioux Center, they have a second location opening next year in Sanborn. Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
You're listening to KIHK and the Dordt Media Network, 84-70 our score. And the defenders will inbound the basketball, length of the floor in front of them. Bryce Kopic passes it over to Rankin as we approach the 2-minute warning of this one. Pass back over to Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Kopic on the left-hand side puts it on the deck, takes it all the way into the lane, and we've got a blocking foul called on the Lancers. And I think the issue is that Jake Jensen was inside the charge circle, and he'll foul out of the ballgame with 16 points. 84-70. Jensen put together a nice ball game, averaging 10.3 points per game. He did some nice things, the left-hander. Kopic, free throw, up, good. Bryce with another one on the way. 18 for Kopic. And another free throw on the way for Bryce, trying to extend it to a 16-point ball game. And he does. Bryce Kopic with 19, 86-70. Driving in, shot no good off the right hand. Rebound cleared by Fairclough after the missed shot by the Lancers. It was Micah Johnson missing the shot. Dordt with it, back over to Rankin. Dort's going to win this ball game. 90 seconds remaining now. Kopic shovels it back over to Fairclough, and Fairclough is fouled from behind, and he's going to go to the free throw line. Entertained dunking it, then got hit from behind, then just simply tried to finish and got fouled. A reminder that today's pregame and postgame shows brought to you by Wireless World, your local Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them at wirelessworld.com. 87-70 our score. Fairclough makes the first free throw. Jake Hargens checks out of the ball game. Hargens, 15 points. It's going to be a nice piece to this Dordt defender team. 88-70 our score. Driving in Bowen. Bowen off balance shot. It goes. Cole Bowen into the paint. He's got 10 points in the second half, 12 for the ball game. Dordt leads 88-72. Rankin with the basketball back over to Lusher, and they're going to foul Rankin. So Luke will go to the free throw line, and he will shoot 2. So Mount Marty committing fouls now, extending the ball game a little. Down by 16, 88-72. Rankin, the point guard for the defenders this season. You talk about players moving up the career ranks. Rankin with another 4 assists tonight. It's going to bring him to 395. 4 players in Dordt basketball history have over 400 assists. Not bad company. Derek Kaiser, Nathan Rendles, and Kevin Gasink. Kaiser is the all-time leading assist man at Dordt. Lunday 3, missed it, no good. And the rebound controlled by the defenders. That one misses badly by Lunday. Lunday off, it hit the glass. Didn't give that one much of a chance of going in. And Bryce Kopic has the basketball. 14 seconds, now 13. 38 seconds on the play on the game clock. Kopic dribbling it out. He's got it at the top of the key. He's at the free throw line. Now 5 seconds remaining, and Kopic puts up a pull-up jumper. Dribble the shot clock down, knock down the shot. Dordt leads 92-72. So the Lancers a little bit of a charge near the midpoint of the second half. Now a foul called on Jackson Lusher. And Jackson's going to be called for the personal foul, his second. And Cole Bowen will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. First free throw on the way for Bowen is up and good. Another one on the way. 92-73. Second free throw coming. He's got 11 points in the second half, 13 for the ball game, and he makes that one as it rattles around and falls through. 92-74, defenders by 18, and that's going to be how this one ends. Dordt will bring it up, dribble across the timeline. A 18-point win for the defenders to go to 6-1, bounce back from their loss to the Turbo last weekend. And the Dordt defenders with an 18-point win, and they get the sweep tonight over the Lancers. Women win it earlier tonight. Men follow up with the 92-74 victory. Let's take a 3-minute break, and we'll be back to wrap things up with our Wireless World post-game show right after this 3-minute break.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. They're your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, ag, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Looking for top-notch rental equipment? Look no further than Rental in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Get ready to power up your projects with equipment rentals from Rental. From heavy-duty machinery to the latest power tools, they've got the gear to make your projects a success. Visit them online at rental.com or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. At NewTek, they don't just sell equipment, they deliver performance, reliability, and innovation. Their team of experts is there to guide you every step of the way, ensuring you find the perfect equipment for your needs.
Hi, my name is Samantha Wilbur.
Hi, my name is Philip Shippey.
Hey, my name is Eli Levtinsky from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
I am from Primgar, Iowa.
I'm from Sioux Center, Iowa.
Shout out to my family back home and my girlfriend for just supporting me throughout my college experience. It really means a lot.
My favorite part about working for this is making these promos and stuff that you see during commercial breaks.
And you're watching the Dordt Media Network.
And you're watching the Dordt Media Network.
Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
Welcome back to the Wireless World post-game show. Wireless World, your local Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them at wirelessworld.com. Let's recap tonight's ball game, and let's get rolling with those People's Bank highlights first of all on the Dordt Media Network, and we'll give you some of the high points tonight. The defenders 52-38, the lead at halftime. Ty Van Essen came off the bench. He scored 5 points. Lucas Lorenzen was the leading scorer for the defenders. His last 2 points came on a dunk off a feed from Luke Rankin. Tosh Lunde did get a few buckets. Came into the game averaging 23.7 points per game. Dordt limited him to 8. And Cole Bowen also presented some challenges for the defenders tonight. But in the end, the defenders running away, answering the challenge by Mount Marty, and Luke Rankin knocked down a jumper to make that helped stave off the rally attempt by Mount Marty, and Dordt wins it by a final of 92-74. Some of the high points in terms of the numbers before we get to Lucas Lorenzen. The defenders 34 of 63 from the floor, 54%, 5 of 14 from the three-point line, 36%. 19 of 24 from the free throw line, 79%. Mount Marty did have a 36-29 rebounding edge, but the defenders able to make up for some of that by forcing 22 turnovers and committing just 11. Lucas Lorenzen led Dordt with 26 points. Bryce Kopic got his with 21, 9 of 14, and 10 of 16. So those two players combined for 19 of 30 from the floor, and then Jake Hargens chips in with 5 of 8 shooting for 15 points. And before we get to any of the other numbers, we will visit with Lucas Lorenzen and make sure that we're at a point where you can all hear it, and I think we are set. And Lucas, you got it going in the first half. Did that ball feel pretty good coming out of your hand in the first half tonight?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it finally felt nice to get it going for once. Started out the year a little bit slow, but, Luke and Connor and Bryce and all the guards just do a really good job of getting all the shooters open, so it's kudos to them for that. So,
how hard is it when you feel like you got it going to still play within the offense? Because you can't, in this high school you can do that. Volume shooter, you need shots. College game, you got a lot of good players and a lot of good options. How choosy do you have to be in that setting?
Really choosy. You just can't, think all about you, because we got all these guys are really good. All these guys were the best player on their team at their high school. So we got a lot of guys that can score, a lot of guys that can do a lot of things. We're very versatile, and so you just got to recognize, if we got a little guy guarding our posts and I'm wide open for a 3, it might be easier to just get him the ball and get an easy 2. So. If I'm wide open, teammates give me the ball and put it up. But if not, then get a better shot. So,
how different is it being a sophomore as opposed to a freshman in the college game?
Oh, it's very different. The different role this year too. Different players, same guards back, but a little bit different guys coming in. So, just different role, and it just feels good to be back here in the GPAC. But yeah.
Yeah, I told, I think it was Jake Hargens, I said, as intense as you think some of these the pre-conference schedule is, I said, conference games are a whole different animal.
Absolutely.
And it looks like this team was prepared for that this evening. Coach Van Haften and Coach Lindbergh do a nice job of getting you guys ready for what the conference season looks like.
Absolutely, yeah. The coaches do a great job of getting our scouting reports and making sure that we know film, and us guys are always keeping each other accountable of just watching film, knowing players, because there's going to be a lot of switching, so you got to make sure not just the guy you're guarding, just making sure everybody's personnel, what everybody's tendencies are. And yeah, GPAC basketball, dude, it's always going to be a rough game, rough battle, physical, and every team's good.
You like that physical?
Yeah. Absolutely, I love it. Yeah. It's fun to be physical. It's fun to have a good crowd going with it too. I think we got one of the best crowds in the country, so that helps too. And just get loud in here, and yeah, GPAC basketball is the best.
Refresh my memory, business administration, marketing, or did you go over to physical therapy?
I went over to physical therapy.
That's right.
I did
Okay.
first semester of business, and ever since last year, second semester, I've been physical therapy. So,
what does that look like as a sophomore? Class heavy? Do you think about internships or anything at this point, or is that a little ways away?
Yeah, so I'll do an internship next summer, and so the classes are a little bit heavier right now. And so junior year they won't be as heavy, but in senior year they'll pick up a little bit again. So, yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. I think it's a perfect career path for me. So,
well, glad that you have found something that you like, and congratulations on a nice start to the year.
Thank
and
you.
Let's see if we can keep it rolling on Saturday.
Absolutely, thank you.
All right, thanks, Lucas.
Yep, thank you.
Lucas Lorenzen talking about the Defenders and their start to the season with a 6-1 mark, and they got a win tonight, 92-74. We'll take a look at more of the numbers in just a little bit as Coach Brian Van Haften will take a seat beside me as well. And looking at the numbers, Dordt 54% from the floor tonight, forced 22 turnovers for the Lancers. Shot the ball extremely well, 5 of 14 from the three-point line. Cooled off a little bit in the second half, 0 for 5. And I guess the best part about that is, Coach Van Haften, your team recognized that maybe it wasn't as easy in the second half as the first half, and made some adjustments, got the ball to where you needed it to go in the second half, and took advantage of matchups, especially after Mount Marty cut the lead down to, I think, 11 or 12 at one point. Had a nice answer for that.
Yeah, it was a great game tonight. Mount Marty, I mean, this is going to be the year where these teams that were in the bottom of the league in the last couple of years that I've been here are going to take a step forward. I mean, these guys are pretty good. Mount Marty, all freshmen and sophomores except for number 0. And, Midland's going to come in here and they're going to look like the same thing. I mean, they're going to be really good. And I thought we had great intensity tonight. I thought we played well defensively. We got them to, I didn't think we'd force them into that many turnovers, but we had 15 turnovers forced at halftime. And just really good pressure. We had good switches when we needed them. And, so I was just really happy with how things went. And offensively, I mean, I know that we're a fast team. We get some threes and all that kind of thing. But really, I mean, tonight it was about the post-ups that we got in there. I thought Lusher and especially Jake Hargens. Jake Hargens had a really nice game today and took advantage of some mismatches down there.
What's the biggest thing for a freshman to figure out when they get into college?
Oh, man, for Jake, for sure. I mean, he's playing small two-way basketball. A lot of teams are 1A. And his AAU experience wasn't there wasn't that much intensity to it. And so there is just a change of how hard you have to play, how good of players you're playing. You're playing guys who are just as good as you are. And so that's been the biggest challenge for him. He needs to be ready to go for practice each day. As you can see, man, he's got a lot of ability around that rim. And the thing is, he's a great shooter. So one of these days, he's going to start making some threes when he's out there. And when that happens, that'll be great. But right now, he's just going underneath and taking control. But Connor Milliken played a few more tough AAU games, and so he's handled it much better, to be honest. I thought he was good tonight. He moves out the basketball so well, and he had a good game as well.
Bryce Kopic ends up with 21. Lucas Lorenzen with 26. They've provided a nice 1-2 punch for you so far this season. How does Bryce just always end up with 21? I mean, he just always gets his.
Yeah, well, he's just got a scorer's mentality, man. He wants to score. And you need a guy like that on the team, And I, as a player myself, we had a player on the team. He always wanted a basketball. And you need guys like that. Usually the teams with the best player are going to win a lot of times. And, Bryce is pretty good. And Lucas is really good tonight as well. But he moved without the basketball a little bit better tonight. And, Luke Rankin did a wonderful job of finding him.
Had to bounce back from the loss on Saturday, and every once in a while you stub your toe, and felt like Saturday might have been one of those. It hurts at the time, but how did the guys bounce back when you got them back into practice and talking with them on Monday?
Yeah, they know. I mean, we weren't great. I mean, in that game, but Viterbo played very well, and we just did not get it done defensively. We didn't play with the intensity that's necessary. And so I'm really glad that, GPAC started, so we caught their attention with that loss. I hate to say that because, I think we're always ready to go, but, we just didn't play that well. And I thought Viterbo did play well. They had made 4 threes in the last 2 games. They went out and made 10. So that's the way it goes.
Well, and the positive is I saw guys in the gym on Monday again, getting. I saw you visiting with players. I think that's probably a part of the game that so many people don't see is how much you are in conversation with players through the course of a day. And it's not for hours on end or anything like that, but you're meeting in 10 to 15 minutes at a shot and saying we need this and that. That's a part that so many people don't see.
Right. Ben Fairclough and I got together at 8 o'clock on Sunday night, and he just wanted to watch film with me, and he's the one who started that, and so that means a lot coming from him to do that. And, and so we just sat down for 10 or 15 minutes, but mostly what we did, we just talked, because this game is a mental game. This game is not one on the floor that much, it's one in the locker room. It's one, in your heart and in the locker room. And I thought our guys were very prepared for this. We had a really good practice yesterday. Jackson Lusher is really good at getting the guys ready to go. So is Luke Rankin. And they're good leaders for the rest of the guys.
Coach, I will let you go. We'll see you again on Saturday with Midland.
Sounds good. Thank you, Mike.
That's Coach Brian Van Haften talking about tonight's contest. And Lucas Lorenzen led Dordt with 26, as I alluded to. Bryce Kopic, 21, 15 for Jake Hargan, 7 for Luke Rankin, 8 for Connor Milliken, 4 for Ben Fairclough, 6 for Jackson Lusher, and 5 for Ty Vanessen. 6 rebounds for Lucas Lorenzen to lead the way. And then 4 players with 4 rebounds each, Rankin, Kopic, Hargans, and Fairclough. 4 assists each for Rankin and Kopic, 3 steals for Rankin, 2 for Kopic, 4 for Lorenzen this evening. For the Mount Marty Lancers, they were led by Lopez with 16, and Jensen had 16 as well. That was, want to make sure I get the right Jensen, Jake Jensen with 16, 14 for Cole Bowen, 10 for Tosh Lunde, 6 for Johnson, 5 for Jensen, and the other Jensen, that was Aiden, and 3 for John Arlt. Jake Jensen also had 10 rebounds this evening, so he posts a double-double. That's going to do it for our broadcast. The Dordt, and one more thing. Let's double-check the scoreboard, see if any of the other games have gone final, and then we'll close it down. Morningside leads Concordia by 8 on the road with 1 minute remaining in regulation, and Briarcliff leads Midland by 3 with 3 minutes left to go. That one is at Fremont. So the Dordt women get a win earlier tonight, 80-52, and the men follow with a win of their own, 92-74. That will do it for our broadcast. A thank you to our coaches and athletes for coming up and visiting with us after the contest. A thank you to Rich Lodewijk and the Dordt Media Network crew for their work once again this evening, and Carson Schubert back at the Sioux County Radio studios as he kept things going for us there. That's going to do it for our broadcast. For all of those folks, I'm Mike Biker.